Time. We're outside in the garden today. We brought some of his turtles out, in fact all of his turtles out into the garden because the summertime sunshine is a lot better for them than the fake lights inside. So what we're going to look at today is this most excellent planter here that we've got that was built for plants originally because as pet rabbits tend to eat everything that's green in the garden, but we've decided to improvise and turn it into a little above ground pond. So if you want to have a closer look, it's got tarpaulin, which is this been stapled, is it? Or have you
Yeah.
nailed it? Stapled to the outside. Sand in the bottom for a bit of a substrata, and some nice basking platforms, but you can't see because we've had a lot of sunshine. We've also had a lot of rain here as well, so it's flooded all the platforms where they'd normally come out to bask. But that doesn't really matter much because we have got this floating log, so they can still get out and bask on here. Spotted turtles, I'm going to see if I can fish one out for you. They're not really good swimmers, so I've got to watch out and make sure that this doesn't get too deep for them, because like all turtles, they can drown. Let's have a lucky dip, see what's in. Oh, hello, you come and see me right at the top. So they're quite used to being fed, these, so fairly tame, so he'd come up to see me anyway. Let's see if his head comes out to say hello. So, as I say, they can be quite susceptible to deep water, so if you're going to keep these, and they're really good, really are a good turtle to keep because they're tough and they can live in the British climate. I had a bit of trouble with them when I swapped homes. I made the water too deep and this was inside, and came to them the next morning and found it just sat at the bottom, almost drowning. I'll jump out of my hands here. So what I had to do was something I'd done years before with an Asian black river turtle, is to tip them upside down like that if you ever find a turtle that's drowned, and just wait for the water to drip out the mouths. And if the legs are a bit floppy, sometimes you can work the legs forwards and back, and that can work as well to get the water out of the lungs. You just hold them there, tipping it out till the water drips out of the lungs. So that's what I had to do to rescue this one. I've got two in here, so I can't remember which one it was actually, but I can tell the difference between them because one's got a bit of a blemish on its shell there, the other one hasn't. But again, beautiful looking turtles. So as I say, because the water's got quite deep in here, I'll have to keep an eye on it, but it should be okay. They can't get on the basking, there's rocks but they've all been flooded. They can still get on here, so it should be okay. Just need to make sure that they can still get to the surface to breathe, which the folds, I don't know if you can see it, there's folds in this tarpaulin, that helps them climb up to the top. I've read about these turtles many times that they're quite a shy turtle as well. I didn't really notice this, they get quite tame, and as this one, as you could see, it came up thinking it were going to get fed. So in here, I've released some snails so they've got a bit of natural food, should they need it. Also there is, I'm going to whisper this because my head camera won't like it, but there is a bit of mosquito larvae. But these guys keep it down, so they eat that as well. And then I supplement them with turtle foods.
Something else in there as well.
There is a couple of goldfish in there. I brought them in to try and keep the larvae down as well. But I think these fellas do a good enough job of it. I wonder if we can see the other one anywhere. I'm going to have a delve about, see what we can find. This water's actually quite warm, to be honest with you. But it is very sunny at the moment. No, it's a rock.
I say it's normally up in crease on that side.
You know what? If I know turtles, they'd be under here. Alright, take it back, I don't know turtles. But they're extremely hardy species. They're from North America, Great Lakes turtle. So well capable of hibernating out in Britain. So if you wanted a turtle to keep out, this would be it. The only drawback is extremely expensive. They're a good turtle to keep out. They'd live all year round. I don't know how they go on the winter time with an above ground pond. Whether it'd be susceptible to frost, I don't know. But if you were going to do it, I'd probably have a pond dug into the soil with plenty of muck at the bottom for them to dig in and hibernate through. But this turtle would be perfectly okay to stay out. I'm not going to keep it out. I just think I said before, one, it cost me a small fortune, so I don't want to take that chance. But also, I really enjoy him, so I like to see him all winter long. Let's see how active he is. I'll put him on here. There you go, into his pond. Just get a bit of duckweed off me. Now, you might read in a lot of places that these are very hard to come by, extremely rare in Britain. Been keeping turtles since 1980s, and I've not really come across them until last year I got hold of them. But a lot of places will tell you that if you can't get hold of a spotted turtle, the next best thing is a European pond turtle. So let's have a little look in here. Now, it's an extremely small closure, it's just a tub. But the turtles themselves are only, there's only two of them in here, they're only about half an inch long, so that's more than adequate for them. And the advantage to this as well is that you can keep an eye on them as well. But someone's moving here already. You can keep an eye on them a lot better and keep control of them. Wow, this water's really warm actually. There you go. It's a European pond turtle, sometimes known as the European pond tortoise. So they're often kept if you can't get hold of a spotted turtle because they are quite colourful. They don't have the spots on the shell, although they sometimes can be a bit spotty when they're older. But similar lifestyle. Similarly, they're not great swimmers. So they'll live in like flooded meadows, ponds, that sort of thing. Probably not fast flowing water. And I might mention before, I've seen these in Corfu living down an open drain amongst crisp packets and other rubbish. But they're a lively little active turtle as well. But being this small, they tend to hide in here and we don't see a right lot of them.
But they're outside, so they're getting the natural sunlight.
Yeah, that's really is essential. They live in a natural lifestyle. There's anyone down here. Don't know if I'm going to catch the other one or not. But one thing I'm going to do with this, again, not brilliant swimmers. Not bad, but not brilliant swimmers like the spotted are. So it is possible they could drown. And we've had that much rainwater here just lately. I'm going to do a bit of bailing out. All their rocks have all been flooded, to be honest with you. So I might do this a bit later on. So I'm going to have to go and check and make sure that I'm not getting other turtles out there. Probably grab the same turtle twice here and ruin their enclosure. Again, it's full of sand and pebbles at the bottom.
Oh, and some weed, haven't we? What horn water is it in there?
Bit of horn water, a bit of ordinary pondweed, duckweed on the top, which the spotted tint will sometimes eat. Not keen on it. I don't know if the Europeans are that keen on it and eating it as well. I had a yellow belly turtle that was very keen on eating it, and I've got a big pond over there that the little pondweed never really took off him because the yellow belly ate it. But now he's out of there, there's more chance of it growing a bit.
Yeah, you can't actually see much in there.
You can't see much there, it's got a bit green. When you put sand on the bottom though, it tends to keep the water fairly clear. It hasn't worked here, but it has worked in the spotted one. I don't know if you noticed that. So we're going to have one last little treat over here. See what we can catch in the big pond. Bit of a lucky dip, so I'll put my hand over to my elbow, see what we can grab. Now believe it or not, in here, it's full of sand at the bottom. This one's a bit cooler. Have a little feel about it.
Someone over there.
I reckon they're probably under the rock, to be fair. Someone's there already, someone's running away from me. No. Yeah, there's a thick bed of sand at the bottom in here. And again, so I've just bumped into somebody that run away from me. I might just have to give this surprise away here. Oh my goodness, I picked up the wrong turtle. It's not the one I thought. I thought I was going to put out reef turtles that come from Korea and Japan and northern China, which are very tough. Again, they can stay out all year round here in Britain if you've got the right setup for them. And they're quite inexpensive as well, to be honest, compared to the European pond tortoises or the spotted turtles. But this is totally different. This is a Thailand leaf turtle. So he's looking a bit, usually he's a very tame turtle and he'll eat from your hand, but he's been out here a month or so and it's gone quite wild. He's reverted back to type again, so he's hiding. We might have seen him before. He gave me a bit of a scare last year. We were staying indoors and he went about 6 months without eating.
Hey, look, I was come to see you.
There is a reef turtle there, yes, put his head out.
Gone again.
So this big fella here, you can see he is a box turtle of types. He's an Asian one. He can move this up. Although he's got older, it seems to have fused up a bit more. Doesn't seem to move as much, but he can shut it a bit.
How old is he?
Now this one, 18 years maybe I've had it, maybe more. Might have been a couple of years when I got it, old when I got it. And he tends to be eating more veg and fruit these days than meat. As long as he keeps eating, that's okay. I might try and feed him after we've finished the documentary. It's coming out. Very intelligent turtle, this one.
We might need to come back to you in a bit because we're running out of power on the camcorder.
If you liked what you saw, give us a like, a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time on Turtle Time. Bye bye.